Yes, don't. Mm-hmm. Hey, family. Hey. We're here talking to my husband. He's talking a bunch of mess today. He likes to make up stuff as we go along. Ain't briefing people on nothing, you know. Let me see. Let me type something in. Family. All right. Y'all be patient with me as I learn these small things here. Let me tell you. Yeah, there we go. So we're talking about harvesting your abundance. And let me see if I can pull this up too so I can stay on track. I'll just wait a few minutes. Y'all get on in. We're just going to have a live discussion about harvesting your abundance. I don't want to take up all of your time. And I don't know how many of you do like really long content and really short content. What I'm finding is that I like to support a lot of people, but I can't stay on for most of the time a whole hour. Because I'm trying to make sure I hit and support so many of you guys. So I love when you make like anything from 15 minutes and under. I try and hit all those first. And then on the weekends, I try and pick a couple that I can do like an hour. Because, you know, life be life and you got things to do. And I have tons of things to do, lots of hats to wear. So I wonder, how do you guys feel about that when you come to someone's channel and all they have is long content? Because I got a lot of long content, but I got a lot of shorts, and I'm trying to make even my lives a little shorter so people can engage and jump in. And tonight, Rooted Vines has our chamomile tea. Yes. So chamomile tea is really good for digestion. And it really helps to calm and soothe you. You know what? This is not chamomile. I lied. This is Serenity Bliss, my lavender-based tea. I'm having some problems, y'all. I can't even remember. I got too many teas. It's our Serenity Bliss tea. It is a lavender-based tea, and it helps with anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. It doesn't make you sleepy, but it just makes you calm so that you're able to go ahead and get the rest that you need. As you know, I did a little video on taking a rest, which we all need to do, and we do not need to feel guilty about being taking our rest, taking our time, and I just thought about it. So it is Super Bowl Sunday. So y'all probably out here, watching football. I have boycotted the NFL for so long. I forgot all about Super Bowl Sunday. It just now dawned on me. But it's okay. I'm going to continue with this party because you can watch it later. It's all right. So let's go ahead and start. My husband's in the back. The dog's eating. You're going to hear a lot of noise. So just bear with me because this is real life. So welcome to Rooted Vines. I'm your girl, Maya Anderson, your herbal alchemist, and I pair tea along with inner alchemy so that you can carve out time to reintroduce yourself to yourself. Because I always say that we wear a lot of masks around here and we wear masks with ourselves. And it's time to learn how to be authentic and be okay with being who God has made you, right? All right. So we're gonna start with that. Give me 1 second here. I just kind of want to get myself together. All right, family. All right. Okay. So we want to recognize and receive the abundance that's already present in our lives. I know we move around a lot, and sometimes we are not in the moment. We don't even realize that right now I am being blessed. I am being blessed by being in my home. My husband is safe. My dog has got something to eat and safe. Our lights are on. There's food. I got something to drink. Beautiful Serenity tea. So sometimes in the moment, we do not recognize how blessed we are. I'm able to come on live with a computer with you. You're able to see me. It is such a blessing, right? And sometimes we don't realize the blessings that we have in the moment. All right. Come on in. I see you out there. I see you. Come on in. I also created a worksheet. Look, they say get it done. Sometimes it's not perfect. The worksheet might not be perfect, but I created a worksheet. It's free. There's a link at the bottom. You just click on that, and it just helps you walk through what it looks like for you to harvest your abundance, what that looks like, how the vehicle that you're going to use to harvest your abundance. And I want to make sure that this is working, that I'm getting my, because I'm not seeing any chat here, but maybe nobody said anything. Y'all make sure you say hi and like it if you come inside. Live chat, all messages are visible. There we go. All right. Hey, sweetheart, I'm glad you joined. So excited. Got my first, but I got 2 likes. Okay. Somebody's in the chat. Just say hi. So sometimes we just don't recognize our blessings in the abundance that we have. So what does harvesting abundance really mean? So just like the seasons change, we experience cycles of growth, release, and receiving. And as we are all YouTube creators, you know what that's like, right? We can see that our growth goes up, and lately it's been going up and down, kind of like a teeter-totter, but you got to stay in there. Also, with releasing that which we are going through, sharing, and also receiving the abundance and the love that people are giving us on YouTube. Because we want to be very clear. A lot of people talk about abundance and they think about money. Sometimes abundance does not have anything to do with money, right? It isn't just wealth, but abundance could be in love, it could be in health, it could be in opportunities and personal growth. And sometimes we have to recognize that abundance comes in a lot of different boxes, and it's not just about money and monetary things. We sit up here and we do YouTube, and I know a lot of people want to get to a monetary situation, but don't be so quick to get to a monetary situation if you don't have a goal and a purpose for the things that you are that you're asking to receive. A lot of people are in the gimme, gimme, gimme mode, and then they end up getting it, but then don't know what to do with it, and end up squandering it all, right? So in the process of enjoying the moments, of enjoying the journey, make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you know what that end goal is, and make sure that it's not just a selfish thing where I can just say I did this and I have, but make sure that you have a plan and a goal and a vision for that success to come, because we're all working towards success, but a lot of us aren't ready. We don't have a plan. So when we hit that success, things go awry and they don't look right anymore. So we have to be careful in that when we deal with abundance. And you have to really ask yourself, what does abundance look like for you? Not only right now, but in the future. When you look at your future you, 5, 10 years from now, how do you want to see yourself? What would that abundance look like on you? Right? So we want to be able to imagine forward, but we want to be able to understand and enjoy the moments now, and understand and enjoy the journey now, because we're going to have a lot of ups and downs, right? A lot of ebbs and flows. This journey is not easy. It's just not easy. Sometimes you don't want to get on camera. Sometimes you're not sure what you want to say. Sometimes you get on and you think you got it, and then you get on and you're like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Things are starting to go left, right? And I know I feel that a lot of times, but you got to go on here and trudge forward. I had seen another YouTube channel. I had popped it on my phone. I was doing something, not really paying attention, but the gentleman was talking about sometimes when you come on, look, I'm losing my train. Sometimes when you come on, you have to have a plan, but it's okay if it goes awry sometimes. You just pick up and keep going. Don't stop, because a lot of people are getting excited. It's January, right? A lot of people did resolutions. They say, oh, I'm going to do this every day. And I'm one of those with the YouTube every day. And I didn't post yesterday, so I'm calling myself out. But I'm going to do YouTube every day. I'm going to do all of this stuff. But he was saying that it's all good in January, but as you keep going, February, March, these people that are excited and getting going, you'll see them slowly fall off. You'll see the consistency slowly fade. They don't watch as many YouTube videos or support it as much anymore, and they're not posting as much anymore. So you really have to figure out why you want to do this, because your why is what's going to drive you. It is your fuel. It's the gas that you need for your engine to keep going, right? So let me just check and make sure I'm not missing anybody. If you're in here, make sure you say hi or something so I can call you out, right? Okay. So we just want to talk about that. Now, we also want to talk about shifting from scarcity to gratitude because a lot of people are like, there's just not enough time or there's too many YouTubers. Look, there's no YouTuber like you, right? There's no small business like you. We all got different messages and we all get out here and we put our messages out here differently. There's somebody that's going to relate to you more than they'll relate to me, relate to CEO 369 more than they relate to me, right? There's always somebody for you. There's enough people to go around. There's not enough, scarcity is a lie. I remember Les Brown saying the apples are still making apples, the oranges are still making oranges. There is no scarcity. So we're going to get that out of our mind. There is room for us if we're willing to walk into that space. If we're willing to take that chance and put fear aside and say, I have a place here too. And then you put your feet down and you stand strong on your foundation because you do have a voice and you have something that the world needs to hear and enjoy at that too, right? So never tell yourself you don't have enough or there's not enough to go around, right? Never tell yourself I'm behind. I'm guilty of that. I'm always like I'm behind. I'm behind in posting. I'm behind in this. I'm behind in that. It's really easy because you do feel like you're behind. But we have to get those kind of thoughts out of our mind. Another thought, I need to be more happy. Look, emotions come and go. We are human. Do not sit up here and think that you're supposed to be joyful and happy all the time. Again, ebbs and flows. There's levels to this thing. Some days you're just not going to feel good. Some days you're going to wake up and just not feel like doing nothing. What I always say is listen to your body and listen to your spirit and listen to your mind. Yesterday, I got up. I was feeling good. I had to drive an hour to get my hair done. Yes, y'all like this? Yes. I got my hair did, y'all. It was about time because it was getting out of control. Look, I got my hair done. I came home and that was it. I couldn't do anymore. I had planned to go on and watch some YouTube videos, answer my responses. I had some things I needed to do for Rooted Vines, and I sat down and my body said, no, you're done for the day. And I thought, this is my weekend. I need to get all this stuff done. How am I done for the day? And honey, my body shut down. I barely made it upstairs to just throw on my clothes. And it was like 4:00. 4:00. And I was like, man. And so I came down like later on. I don't even know what time it was. Hey, Keisha. Hey, love. I don't even know what time it was. I came downstairs in my pajamas and my husband was like, oh, you just went up and got into bed. And I'm like, and I was so hungry because I hadn't ate all day. I had enough strength to make me an egg sandwich. Y'all know them egg sandwiches. I made me enough to make an egg sandwich, ate that, drank my cranberry juice, and then went on to bed. I couldn't do anymore. And that's okay. Sometimes you do what you can and be okay. We need to learn to give ourselves grace and compassion by listening to our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. And when they say, hey, today is just sit on the couch and be lazy day, or hey, you don't need to do that or go there, just sit for a while. That's what we need to do. There is a reason we're being given that message. Now, another way we can reframe this is to ask yourself, what have I already received? How am I already supported? Because sometimes we'll tell ourselves, oh, I'm in this game alone. Nobody understands. Nobody's helping. But really, we have a lot to be grateful for, right? Don't be laughing at my egg sandwich, CEO 369. We have a lot to be grateful for, and we have a lot of supporters. I remember when I didn't really have any supporters, right? And I'm like, man, I'm doing all this and ain't nobody watching these videos. Nobody cares. And here I am. Because y'all, I got like 300 and something videos. And I just started getting supporters, right? Because I really didn't understand the YouTube thing. And then my husband jumped in. And then look, my husband started supporting, teaching me how the YouTube thing works. And then I started getting in the communities, right? And really digging my ditches, waiting for it to pour down rain, pour down supporters. And so in that, I have to realize that I do have supporters. right? I do have people who are rooting for me. And sometimes you feel so alone because you're actually doing the work and you don't have anyone physically beside you. And you start to feel alone, like this doesn't really matter because it looks like nobody's responding. It looks like nobody's watching. It looks like nobody's buying. It looks like nobody's trying to come into your community. But we have to be mindful that people are supporting and I am receiving, because if you weren't receiving, you would just shut it down. You would just shut your business down. You shut your coaching down, right? You shut it all down because you feel like you're doing it alone, but you are not alone. So those are the things we really have to stop and think to ourselves. Where are our supporters? What do they look like? Who are they? And realize that we do have supporters out here. All right. What did Miss Keisha say? Keisha said, I agree. Then I realized that when it is your time, it is your time. I love that you said that, Keisha, because it is. There is a date stamp out there with your name on it. There is a date where you are just going to take off. Like your video is just going to go viral because you've done the work. You dug your ditches and it's going to rain and fill those ditches up one day. Your date is there. If you stay consistent, if you believe in yourself and what you're doing and you believe in your message. And this is why it's so important that you have a goal and a vision, because if you believe in what you're going on YouTube to do, you have nothing but to be successful. Nydia, hey, sweetheart. How are you? Oh, I love your channel and your music, honey. You need to do a whole album so I can just play it all day. But so you have to have a goal and a vision. Where are you trying to go with your YouTube channel? What is it going to look like in 5-6 years, right? So we have to be mindful of that. And then always take the time to take a deep breath. Always take a deep breath. And here at Rooted Vines, we do that with our tea all the time. And we reflect on all the good times, the abundance. Me and my husband was just talking about how when we go out and we vend, how the community is now getting to know our names. So when they see us, they run up, we get hugs. They're telling us how the kids are doing. Like we are being entrenched in the community. And it's a beautiful thing because when we first started, nobody knew who Rooted Vines was in our community. Nobody knew anything about us. And now, 2 years later, people know who we are and they're so excited to see us. But we had to put in that work. And so although we don't see them all the time, although they may not make an order all the time, we are being supported and we feel supported right in that. And you should too feel supported. Now, like I told you, down below, there's a free worksheet that I have for you guys to grab. And in the worksheet, it just walks you through how you're going to see yourself and how you see yourself around abundance, right? It helps you really think out and map out, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And are you staying consistent with it because you love it, right? Keisha said, yes, love some tea. And I am reading about breath work for the body and mindfulness. Thank you so much that you love Rooted Vines. Mindfulness is very important. It is very important to be mindful of everything you do. Make sure you're intentional with everything everything that you do, right? So I want you to really ask yourself, what blessings have I gathered from this season alone? And I bet you that you wouldn't be able to write down all of the blessings that you have received in this season. If you really think about it, and I need you to go, like my husband says, go on and go granular. I need you to really think about the blessings that you have already gathered this season. And then I want you to write down, like, where have you seen your growth at? Sometimes we're so hard at ourselves, we think we're not growing or we're not learning. I know when I first started out in business, there was a lot of things I didn't know. And I was out in these streets trying to learn everything, networking, whatever. And I can say that I have really shown a lot of growth to the point that I'm now teaching my family how to use Canva. Like I got family Canva class going on Sundays. The family joins in and I'm teaching them how to use Canva. So, my growth in all the things that I'm learning, I'm sharing with other people. And then make sure you ask yourself, what do I need to release to make space for new abundance? Look, I have always been that person where I can let go and get rid of a lot of stuff. Because one thing I have always known is when you release things or you take out things that are stagnant in your life, it makes space for more opportunities to come. A lot of people want to walk around with their hands clenched, not giving up what they've got. But you have to be able to walk around with your hands open, ready to let go of whatever's there so that something new can come in. A lot of people get stuck because they're scared to let go. And it reminds me of the little cartoon where the little girl has her little tiny teddy bear. And then you see Jesus have his hand out, like, give me the bear. But behind his back, he has this gigantic bear. But we're scared to let go of the little bit that we have. But understand, if you let go of what you have, the Most High will give you abundance. You got to be able to walk in faith and not be scared, because that fear holding you back shuts the doors. It will not allow you to reap anything good or any abundance or anything greater than what you have, because you're so scared. That scarcity mindset, like, if I let go, I'll never get it again. But we never think, if I let go, something bigger and better is about to come into my life. So we have to understand that we have to be able to let things go. That means people, places, things, because a lot of it is hindering the things that we are wanting. Keisha says, this live is confirmation for me and my son, who just said today that he didn't know how he was performing at work, but he found out later that the job has a great recommendation for him. I love that. That is so true. Sometimes we make up these stories in our head because we feel inside like, man, they may not see me like this, or I may not be doing all that I think I'm doing. And then we go through all that, right? We terrorize our own self, and then we walk in and we get rave reports. Everybody loves what you're doing. And how many of us in the YouTube community feels like that? Like, we're putting stuff out. We're like, oh, I don't know if they're going to like that. Man, I only got one like. And then like a month goes later and that video is huge, right? So it's so beautiful that once you experience of letting go and telling yourself positive things, it's okay for you to walk through, because you know that things aren't always what they seem. And I always love this, because God always got what? A ram in the bush. So don't be so quick to cut off your own head, right? We're so quick to cut ourselves short of our own blessings. And we're so scared other people are going to do that to us. But in reality, it's us. We are our own worst enemy. We tell ourselves some horrible things about ourselves. And one thing about your unconscious never wants you to be hurt, and it always wants you to be right. So if you are feeding yourself negative information, your unconscious is gonna go in your past, open up them files and be like, oh yes, you're right. You're not worth anything. Remember when? Oh, you are a liar. Remember when? But if you start feeding yourself positive things and going back and make your unconscious pull out all the great things you've done, it will start to build you and fuel you. So we have to be careful about our mindset, because our mindset can take us places that we don't need to be, and then we will get stuck there forever. Right? I always say the comfortable zone is the dead zone. Don't get stuck in the dead zone where you can't create anymore. And I love that Keisha shared. I really appreciate you sharing that, because a lot of people don't share, the fear that they have or how they present fear, because that's a whole nother thing, how we present fear. So I want you to know that abundance is already within you. Sometimes we just need to pause, we need to reflect, and we really just need to receive it. And I hope y'all got that. Abundance is already within you. It was placed in you before you entered in this realm. It is your job to pause, to reflect, and go ahead and receive it, and just let go of all of those things that are no longer serving you. And so I hope this video helped somebody. Make sure that you download. There's a link at the bottom. Make sure you click the link and you get your worksheet. Look, the worksheet ain't perfect. It ain't perfect. There might be a little mistakes, but it's going to get you to where you need to be. Your mindset needs to be, where it needs to be. So it's not perfect, but look, I'm learning and I'm out here doing. And I always tell people I am so scared to do things, but I'm terrified not to, because I believe the one time that I don't do or I don't push myself, that's the time that I'm going to miss my huge breakout, my huge blessing, my huge opportunity. So I'm always pushing myself, even if I don't get it right the first time. Honey, you can keep trying and keep revamping that thing, go back and fix it, tweak it a little bit. And that's all failure is, right? We put this word failure out there, but the truth is not failing. You just found out that, oh, it doesn't work this way. Let me see. They didn't like it this way. Let me turn it this way. Let me fix it this way. All you're doing is tweaking until you find that boom, that zone where you're like, oh, that's all it was. All I needed was that one ingredient. All I needed was that one line, that catchphrase. All I needed was that one title, and boom, I'm there. So do not count yourself out. You see so many stories of these people who have made it, big companies, big speakers. They were down and out, and it was that one thing. They just kept pushing that one thing that blew them up, but they never stopped. And just like babies, they come out and they try to walk. What do? They fall. Them jokers, they get right back up and they fall again. But all of a sudden, we're all here walking. We made it. We did it. So I encourage all of you with your YouTube channels, with your businesses, with your coaching, no matter what you're doing or what your dream is, keep pushing. Nobody's a failure. Tweak that thing till it can't be tweaked no more, till you hit that zone and you just soaring in the sky, because your time is coming. And like I said, God has a date and a time, and you're going to wake up one morning and boom, you're going to be there, and you're going to be like, what? And when you get there, write that date and time down, and you make sure you share with others. Look, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Keisha. Thank you, Nydia, for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you, CEO 369. All of you, thank you for coming on. I appreciate your support. And get that worksheet, and you guys go on and get the work and find out what your abundance, what you're harvesting for in your abundance. All right, put your plan together. All right, I will see you. And Keisha, I'll catch you live sooner or later. One day I'll catch you live. You guys, Rooted Vines, we just pray that whatever you seek and you desire in this realm, it is seeking and desiring you. Stay rooted, family. Bye.